Hello, my name is Weston Trott, and I'm doing my 3-minute presentation on leadership and innovation. Now, to start off, you might be wondering, well, what is leadership and what is innovation? And I hope that you figured out what leadership is because we're pretty much done with the class. But just to summarize, leadership is the ability to influence or direct other people's actions to achieve a common goal. Well, whether that's your goal, whether that's a corporate goal, it's influencing other people so that they do something either for you or for your corporation. Innovation, on the other hand, takes an entirely different meaning. You see, innovation is more about building on the knowledge of the past and bringing something new and something creative to it and adding to it. So leadership is influence and innovation is adding to what's already happened. So say like if you're a manager, that would be your leader, but your store clerk that comes up with a new way of organizing or a new way of tagging bags, that would be your innovator. So how do they coexist? Leadership, in its most basic terms, good leadership fosters innovation. Now, what does that mean? Leaders are people that either build up or inspire others to do the best that they can do at their job, which directly leads to innovators. If you have a good boss who's helpful, who teaches you what you need to learn, you're going to want to do your job, and you're going to want to do your job as best you can. Now, this environment fosters what we call innovation. So if a worker is very passionate about what they do and they want to make something easier, or if they see a problem with what they're doing and they can come up with a solution for it, that would be your innovator. The worker becomes the innovator. So good leadership will inspire normal people or your followers to become innovators, which in turn could create even more leaders, because usually innovators are either expert in their field or they become experts in their field through the process of innovation. So some real world examples of how leaders can affect innovation would be through Elon Musk. I call him the visionary because his style of leadership is he has a vision, he has goals, and he helps people and brings people along the way that help him achieve those goals. Now, whether that's going to Mars or whether that's building fully electric vehicles, Elon Musk is always pushing towards the boundaries of what's possible, and he inspires people around him to do the same. See, the returning rockets that you see in SpaceX all the time, the boosters that come back down, those weren't his idea. Those were people in SpaceX who came up with this idea because of the good leadership of their boss, who is Elon Musk. So his good leadership and specific leadership style of being that visionary and allowing others to envision his goal and work towards achieving it has directly led to debatably some of the most influential innovations in the space age in the 21st century. Whereas Mark Zuckerberg, on the other hand, I call him the great delegator. See, when I was researching his leadership style, one thing that really stuck out to me was he delegates a lot of his tasks to his subordinates, and he has a very hands-off approach. They call it laissez-faire leadership, which is basically saying he gives you a job and he doesn't care how the job gets done as long as it gets done in a timely manner, on schedule, and on budget. Now, this particular style of leadership has great impacts on innovators because you have the freedom to basically do the job the way that you see fit. Now, this gives people a lot of freedom to capitalize on this opportunity and basically innovate themselves a solution to the problems that they're facing in their specific job, which in our case has led to countless improvements to Meta, whether that be through like Instagram, like the notes that you see on Instagram, those were not Zuckerberg's idea. Those were employees at Instagram and at Meta that have come up with a new solution that helps people and it improves the lives of us through their innovations, all because Mark Zuckerberg has allowed people to, he's delegated the task to them and taken a hands-off approach and allowed them to do their job the way that they see fit. So this has been my project. Here are my sources. I hope you enjoyed.